Welcome back to Instables, everyone. I'm going to go over our weekly watch list on the top 7 stocks that we're going to be looking out for as possible breakouts going into this week. And if you guys are looking for penny stock breakouts throughout the day, we do this at instables.com. Click Become a Bull, and you guys can see all these penny stock breakouts throughout the day. But again, I'm going to go over the top 7 stocks, our weekly watch list that we do every single week. So let's jump into this one. So the first one I'm going to go over with you guys here is AMC, as AMC is the #1 conversation of the weekend. And a lot of people are asking, is AMC going to have a huge squeeze to around $100, $500, or $1,000? Or we're going to potentially have a sell-off like it has been having towards the end of the day on Friday. So again, this is very key for us. If we do not get this breakout, then we could definitely see a huge sell-off. But however, we have been talking about this one since the beginning of the week at 1451. We did say if it did break over 1451, then it was going to potentially have a huge breakout. And it looks like it did break above it. And we did have that breakout. We saw the 20 MA starting to curl up here with the candles bouncing off of it. And we did have that huge breakout. Now, the next resistance that we were trying to break above is that $20.36 mark. Again, that would be breaking into new highs. And it looks like we did break that one. And it looks like we're trying to hold these levels above $30.51. Now, the reason why I say $30.51 is because on the 15-minute here, you guys can see that we have been selling off since exactly that point. That very point in time is very key, as we did have our doji candles here, and then we did start to sell off. We do see the 20 MA starting to curl down here. So we want to make sure this 20 MA doesn't continue to curl down here, because if it does drop below this 50 MA here, then we will definitely have a sell-off. But it doesn't mean necessarily that we'll drop down below our previous highs. It means that we'll have some type of sell-off. And in my opinion, if we're going to be having the 20 MA dropping below the 50 on the 15-minute, then we want to make sure we are careful. But however, I do have a price target here if we're trying to enter back into this one, as I know a lot of us are, or if we're potentially trying to sell off of this one, if it does drop down below certain levels. Again, that sell-off would be the 20 MA dropping below the 50. But however, as far as a new entry, I wanted to break above these doji candles. So breaking above this $30.51 mark is very key. In my opinion, I wanted to break above that at around $31, in my opinion, to give us that momentum we're looking for. Also, we do want the 20 MA to curl up here with the green candles above it, like we did see on the 4-hour. Again, we're going to go back to the 4-hour so you guys can see what I'm talking about. We want the 20 MA to curl up like we see here on the 4-hour. Again, with the 20 MA here curling up on the 4-hour still, it hasn't started to curl down quite yet. So we could definitely see that turnaround coming on the 15-minute. So again, we're going to be looking for this 15-minute to possibly curl up and give us that bullish momentum going into tomorrow. But again, this is very key for us. We want to break over this $30.51 mark, as a lot of people I've noticed have not been talking about this very much. And I think it's very key that we keep an eye out for that $30.51 mark. Now, again, I have to go over AMC again because they could have a huge squeeze. And if they happen to have a huge squeeze, then we definitely don't want to miss out on that one. And that is the very point and time that I want to be looking for this one. So again, that alert will be set for $30.51. So that way we won't miss out on that one. So again, PPBT is the next one I'll go over with you guys. Now, PPBT has been on quite the run. It looks like right here. Now I'm going to go to the 4-hour so you guys can see the overall chart as well. Now, again, we have been selling off for quite a bit. We did have our highs at $7.21. We have been selling off since then, and it looks like we are consolidating at our previous consolidated point. So we are trying to break above here. I do like how we're breaking new highs. Again, we have been consolidating for quite a while, and it looks like we're potentially going to break new highs here. We have a very key resistance here at $5.59, as that is where we previously did have a huge sell-off at this point, and it is also where we previously did break out at. So again, this is a very key resistance. If we can break into new highs going into tomorrow, we could potentially see this breakout. The reason why I say this also is because PPBT has about 1 million volume coming in, and on average they have 300,000, and they have been gaining volume throughout the day on Friday. I was watching them specifically throughout the day, and we could potentially see a breakout here. Again, we see the 20 MA just like we saw on AMC, with the potential breakout with a 20 MA starting to curl up on the 50 here on the 4-hour. We could potentially see that huge breakout coming into PPBT as well. Again, this is very key, as we are looking for it to break out here above this level at $5.59. Again, this is very key, as we did see our huge sell-off at that point. So again, PPBT is definitely on the watch going into this week, as it has been on quite the run recently, and we could definitely see a potential breakout going into that one. ITRM I also wanted to go over. We did go over this one yesterday as well. We do have a price target here that I did mark at $2. Again, breaking above $2 would be very key for us, in my opinion. We do have a target here that we are going to be setting for a potential breakout. And then if it does break over $2, then we will be buying into this one. So again, I did mark this green shaded line, so that way we can alert ourselves around this area. And this is going to be where we're going to be watching for this to break out. And breaking above that $2 mark is very key, again, because we did get rejections at this point. And then we did also have a beginning of a huge sell-off at this point as well. So again, breaking over $2 is very key. We do have our current price here at $1.45. So again, breaking over that $2 mark is very key because we have been selling off recently for quite a bit, and we want to make sure we do get more bullish momentum into this one. But however, they do have 66 million volume that they did end the day on Friday with, and on average, they have 12 million. So again, a ton of volume coming into ITRM. We definitely have to have this one on watch, as it could have a continuation and a breakout going into Tuesday, going into tomorrow. So again, definitely have ITRM on the watch. SNDL is the next one. Now, SNDL has had quite the run. We definitely had quite the sell-off on Friday, but however, I do want to mention that we do have the 20 MA crossing above the 50 here, quite close to actually crossing above the 50 here. It looks like it's very, very close, but we see on a lot of other cannabis plays that we see the 20 MA crossing above the 50. So we could potentially see the same thing happen here on SNDL and a follow-up with the whole cannabis sector. And if that does happen, then we could definitely see a huge breakout. But however, we do have a key resistance that we are trying to break above here that we did get rejected multiple times at. We did get rejected at this point right here. You can see we got rejected at this point as well. And of course, we're waiting for this 20 MA to cross above the 50 on the 4-hour. And in my opinion, if we did break above the 50 here, we would be holding over $1. Again, that $1 mark is very key for these penny stocks. If we can hold over $1, in my opinion, then we could definitely see a possible continuation going into around $1.40. And then $1.75 would be the next resistance we're trying to break above, as we did get rejected at that point. Now, if we can break over 175, going into the next couple weeks, we could potentially see a huge breakout going into our previous gap up that we saw around $3.90. So again, SNDL definitely on the watch. We did mention this one previously with a symmetric triangle back at 48 cents in the beginning of the year. Again, this is one of our most profitable plays that we have been talking about in the past. And in my opinion, based on the chart right here, you can see the 20 MA starting to give it a potential breakout. We don't want to get rejected here as we have been previously. We did try to break above the 50 MA multiple times, and we did get rejected. So again, we're going to make sure we are careful. But however, SNDL, a ton of volume, 600 million volume at the end of the day on Friday on an average of 200 million. So again, SNDL, a ton of volume coming in. Definitely another one on the watch going into tomorrow. And the next one to go over is MOSY. Now, MOSY is an interesting one because this one has been on breakouts throughout the weeks, I've noticed, and it looks like we are trying to break out. It looks like we had a nice turnaround here. And the reason I want to mention MOSY is because on the 4-hour here, you can see that we have been trying to break above the 20 MA, and it looks like we did. Now, we do see the candles here coming down, just like we saw on AMC. If you guys remember, we saw this huge spike at 1451, and then it came down, and then it broke out with the 20 MA curling up. Watch, I'm going to go back to AMC so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So you can see we had that huge breakout. We got rejected at 1451 and came down, and then bounced off the 20 MA with the 20 MA curling above, right? So I'm going to go back to MOSY so you guys can see. So we have that giant breakout. We coming down, and it looks like we're getting a bounce off of the 20 MA here, and we could potentially see that breakout. Now we're going to be trying to break above 1640 here. It would be very key for us to break new highs around $7, but above 1640 is very key, as this is where we previously did start to sell off at. So again, in my opinion, if we can break over 1640, $6.40, then we could potentially see that breakout. But again, we're going to let the play come to us on this one, as again, we did see multiple spikes in the past where we did come up and we got rejected. We came up multiple times, we got rejected, but we also did have the 20 MA below the 50. Now we have the 20 MA above the 50 while the candles are bouncing off of it. So that could potentially give us that breakout. And the reason I want to go over MOSY as well is because on the 5-minute, I'm going to go over you guys here so you guys can see. We do have a little bit of a triangle being built here. It looks like we are going to be trying to break above it. And if we can have the 20 MA starting to curl up here on the 5-minute, then we could definitely see that breakout above that $6.40 mark that we're looking for. So again, MOSY, definitely on the watch. And the next one to go over is TH. Now, TH is one of the most volatile stocks that I've been seeing recently that a lot of people haven't been paying attention to very much, I've noticed. And again, on the 5-minute here, we have another triangle being built out here. And I'm going to go to the 4 hours so you guys can see the overall chart. So again, we have been selling off for quite a bit. It looks like we had a huge bounce play with the 20 MA curling up here. It looks like it's a little more pushed along the lines here, but we're going to be trying to break out of this triangle that we did mention on the smaller time frame and breaking above this resistance here at $4.20, where we did get rejected on Friday at. So again, breaking above 420 would be very key. And if we can break above it, then we could see a gap up around these prices at 488. So again, TH, a lot of momentum coming into this one. Now, the reason I want to go also TH is because, again, we have been consolidating for quite a while, and it looks like with the 20 MA crossing above the 50 here after we just got rejected, and now we're bouncing for a potential breakout again, we could potentially finally get that breakout. So again, that's also want to go over TH. So again, I'm going to definitely have that one to watch. Now, the last one I'll go over is Plug. Now, this one I want to be careful with, even though we do see the 20 MA curling above the 50, we see the same thing as we saw in AMC before it broke out. Want to make sure we are careful here because even though we do see it curling up, we see the EMA lines crossing above the MACD, but however, it's not in the beginning of the MACD. Usually you want to see it curl up right around this area right here. If we can see it curl up around these areas right here a little earlier, then we could potentially see a more stronger move. But however, we're going to be looking for a possible continuation to break over $33.36. Again, we mentioned this one the other day as a possible breakout, and it looks like we could potentially get that breakout as it has been trying to create new highs, and it is breaking above that resistance that we were looking for at $29.28. So again, breaking over $33.36 is very key for Plug. And if you guys are looking for all these penny stock breakouts throughout the day, all you have to do is go to instables.com, become a bull, and you guys will never miss a penny stock breakout again. And if you guys have been supporting the channel, I appreciate every one of you guys, everybody that's been in the comment section. God bless you guys. And if you guys do like this video, it does help other people find it, and it does help the channel grow. And I do appreciate it very much. And again, God bless you all, and I'll see you guys in the next video.